Hi, my name is Alexandra Martin. I'm running for President of United Teachers of Dade. I'm running for office against an incumbent. There's so much talk about experience. They tend to use this as an excuse why another person isn't qualified. And thus the opponent is presented with a paradox. They have not been in that position, and that is why they're not experienced. In order to get the experience, they need to be in that position. It's a contradiction. The truth is, having been in a position before is not a requirement or an indication that the performance of that person is going to be successful. Let's take the current leadership. Our current president was never a president before she was in that position. She was not a secretary-treasurer before she was in that position. Our current first vice president was never first vice president before he was in that position. Our current secretary-treasurer was not secretary-treasurer before she was in that position. Therefore, the argument does not historically reign true. It is just illogical, and it's an illogical excuse by the incumbent to invalidate anyone who goes against them. Sad. Have they forgotten where they came from? As professionals, we understand that it isn't until you are in that job that you truly know what it can entail. So you may be wondering, what then, Alex, would you consider a requirement for officers or leaders? Well, to that, I say, do they listen? Do they really listen? And not just when it serves them or when you agree with them. Do they listen when you disagree? Do they listen when you are in need? Listening requires you to not only be quiet, but to put your own agenda away so you can hear someone else's concerns and allow for them to be heard. To that I say, do they problem solve? Are they proactive? This is going to determine whether or not they can prepare for issues that are expected and unexpected. To that I say, do they surround themselves with people who have differing opinions? Are they open to new ideas? This allows for all ideas to be presented and for the best ones to be chosen and implemented. This is how you lead. You lead from behind. You ensure that those who are in need of help are taken care of and protected. All too often, the current leadership cannot conceive of any idea past their own. The concerns of base salary raises are falling on deaf ears. Concerns we had regarding COVID fell on deaf ears. When stewards are attempting to advocate for the membership, many issues are falling on deaf ears. That is not leading. All too often, those with differing ideas are excluded from the conversation because it does not fit the agenda of the leadership. That's not leading. All too often, when issues present themselves, they are left to the stewards to fend for themselves and battle the small battles instead of the union taking it upon themselves to problem solve. This is not leading. These three qualities, I believe, are some of the most important to have when leading our union. The People for Politics Caucus has these qualities. We have been and are listening. We are problem solvers and look for solutions. We welcome differing views in an effort to have the best outcome. Most of all, the experience we do have is one of being in the schools now, advocating for members now. So let's not kid ourselves. Experience is just that, experience. It does not mean you deliver. It definitely does not mean you are successful. The union can be successful. With People over Politics leading, we are not clouded or jaded by previous years. We're not intent on keeping power. We're not disillusioned on what our union can be. We don't believe our political relationships are more important than the relationships that we cultivate with the professionals in our bargaining unit. We are hopeful. We are motivated. And we are ready to lead. If you would like to be heard by the People for Politics Caucus, please look out for the Zoom information for our town hall, taking place on February 22nd at 7 p.m. Hear for yourself who we are and what we envision. Thank you.